Good morning. Welcome to NY5. Today is Friday, the 7th of March. I'm Eldrida.
And I'm Karina. This being the last school week of the term, we have a special feature lined up for you.
Modern young adult novels, known as YA novels, are trademarked by a common theme, romance. More specifically, love triangles. Within the long list of records of fictional love triangles, some significant relationships end up on the bottom of the list.
Today, we bring you an insightful debate on the worst fictional love triangles ever. Will it come from the Infernal Devices, The Hunger Games, or Twilight?
Which YA novel will you be rooting for? Let's bring the decision to Mr. Cheng, who knows a few things about love and a few things about triangles.
Welcome to another episode of WAD, World Affairs Debate. This week we are looking at the political significance of literature. How can we judge romance? I am far from the best judge on the topic, but I am the only judge in this debate. As the speaker argued, I will blow whistle whenever I'm impressed by big words. So now, let's have them tell us about the worst love triangle in young adult novels.
The Infernal Devices.
Stop. Let the debate begin.
The Infernal Devices is a series of books made up of thinly imagined, flat characters, an illogical plot, and egregious writing, made popular only because it appeals to teenage fantasies. Number one law of romantic YA novels targeted at shallow fangirls states that flawless appearance are the perfect substitute for character development. The author force-feeded highly unjustifiable actions on the two main characters, crushing any semblance of characterization 4/5 of the series had been trying to establish before, just so she could insert an ill-timed bedroom scene that has fan service written all over it in bright neon pink ink, font size 72. And what I really hate the most is ill-timed, badly written fan service that has inserted inappropriate comic elements and basically tells the plot logic to go commit suicide right now.
Okay, that was long. Let's go to Twilight.
Okay, that's it.
Yes.
Let's start with the most obvious. The Twilight love triangle sucks because that's literally all there is to Twilight. Picture this. Girl moves out of hometown to live with her father, meets really hot vampire boy and equally hot werewolf boy. Where does she go from there? Does she go on to explore vampire lore and understand the rules they set for themselves? Does she study the metamorphosis of the werewolf? Does she yearn to bring about peace between the species? The answer is a big fat no. Great one there, Stephanie Meyer. We can really see the depth in your characters. One of the many problems with Twilight is there is literally no real narrative significance in the presence of the supernatural.
Okay, thank you. So let's now go to Hunger Games.
In the context of this love triangle, Peeta and Gale are not people. They are literary devices used to represent the two paths Katniss could take as a character. Peeta is so weak, he literally falls down every staircase and falls into every hole. He's hardly a choice worthy of Katniss. Gale is one-dimensional. He's a very typical American boy, hot-headed, impulsive, and physically mature beyond his age. He doesn't have any original ideas or any plan. He only confessed when Katniss kissed Peeta on national TV. Does he really love Katniss? Or is he confessing out of necessity? That's not exactly romantic.
Man, I really look fatter on screen.
It's okay.
Let's go to round 2, Infernal Devices.
The Infernal Devices like Twilight is just bad for you guys. Like, as long as you're unmarried and female, by the plot logic, you're allowed to fall in love with any of the hot guys in the book. And then true love will light up your way and you accept the first match proposal any guy remotely attractive or sane throws at you. Even if you don't know that dude well enough to know that you want to spend the rest of your life living with him. Because you think you live in Victorian England, so you die young lor. Like, you know, if you die during your honeymoon period, then your marriage will be perfect forever, just a bit too short lah. Talking about Victorian England now, everybody in this book is super modern, like modern mentalities, modern mindset, modern values. But then they wear all those historically frilly clothes like the corsets and whatever lah. Since you put it in the Victorian era, why you don't use the settings to give your character some depth? Like, some roundness will do the flat Tessa some good. Oh, and YA authors, please try to stop killing off parents just because you run out of idea how to add depth to your characters.
Okay, let's go to Twilight.
The problem with Twilight is like so obvious. Between Edward's pasty white skin and Jacob's llama face, is there any eye candy at all? Bella's terrible fashion sense coupled with her incredible ability to trip over flat surfaces makes her a poor candidate for Jacob's rock hard abs. And let's talk about Edward for a minute. His extremely pale skin and mediocre at best body means that he's really not a terrific vampire. I mean, couldn't they have gotten someone hotter like Dave Franco?
Let's go to Hunger Games.
Candice is so round and awesome. The two male characters are so flat and boring. They have cookie cutters for personalities. They might as well just do paper, scissors, stone to determine who should be with Katniss. Actually, never mind. Gil's better. At least he's tall and doesn't fall into every hole in the ground.
And that's the end of the debate. Since I cannot remember how many times I blow the whistle, so I'm gonna choose randomly. The winner is Infernal Devices. Based on illogical stories and bad characters and very long script by Alice. So, and this is the end of World Affair Debate. If you'd like to see other debates, please email us or Facebook us. We'll do something about it. Bye bye.
Thank you. We would like to clarify that the opinions touted in this debate are purely those of the writers, and we do acknowledge the merits of these books alongside the flaws.
Next, a common problem in our everyday life. Do you find it difficult to get to your destination in school when overly caring teachers get in your way? A group of Nanyang's technological geniuses has invented an iPad app to illustrate these very relatable problems we try not to bump into every day. Available on the app stores from the 32nd of March onwards. Thank you, illustrators. The design of this app was done by Mr. Chang and Pei Han.
Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events are purely non-coincidental and very much intended. This does not mean, however, that we do not appreciate the concern our teachers show us.
And that concludes our show for today. If you have any comments or feedback, check out our Twitter at NY5NYGH and like our Facebook page at facebook.com/NY5NYGH.
This has been an NY5 production. I'm Eldrida.
And I'm Karina. Thank you and have a good life skills camp week. We will see you back next term. Oh dear.